wage increases. 2% a year for 5 years for a total of 10%, as well as 0.25, hold on now, as well as a 25-cent adjustment for each year as well, per hour increase. Then, next in the deal, previously excluded casuals. Casuals with less than 6 months consecutive months of service. Effective on the date of signing the collective agreement, the rate of pay for the previously excluded casuals will be adjusted to 100% of the applicable regular rate for that job classification. Next, the parties agree to withdraw all other outstanding items at the separate tables of the 7 C.U.P.E locals. And upon reaching a tentative agreement, the parties will develop mutually agreed communication and messaging prior to external communications. Then there was a second deal whereby he wanted 2 groups to reform their pensions. The other part of the deal was that while we were presenting this, that we would agree to send our members back into the hospitals and back into laundry and back into stores with C.U.P.E 1190. That was the government's deal, or their proposal for us to take back to the centralized bargaining team, which we agreed to do. Here is the counter that we gave the Premier this morning. 5-year effective the first day of the following, or the expiry date of the current collective agreement for each of the 7 bargaining units. Again, 2% a year for 5 years for a total of 10. Next was a 25 cents a year hourly wage increase for the first 3 years. That's 25 cents. And then on the 4th year was 50 cents an hour, and on the 5th year would be another 50 cents an hour, which would be averaging around 3%. Other things that we included: previously excluded casuals with less than 6 months. Effective the date of signing of this collective agreement, the rate of pay for previously excluded casuals will be adjusted to 100% of the applicable regular rate of pay for that job classification. Here's another part. The parties agreed to withdraw all other outstanding items at the separate tables for the 7 C.U.P.E bargaining units, including the pensions. All employees will return to work effective immediately or as soon as possible, and the centralized bargaining team will recommend this offer. No employee shall be disciplined for strike activity, and the final piece, upon reaching a tentative agreement, the parties will develop mutually agreeable communication and messaging prior to the external communication. We also had in there that this wage package would also be the same wage package that would be offered to Part 4 of GNB. That was our counter. That was delivered to the Premier's rep at 4:03 this morning. And I see the Premier's here, so I'm not sure if he's prepared to accept that deal.
I'll get the, can I get the mic? Can I have the microphone?
Do you want some hand sanitizer?
Okay.
Oh, I can't open it. That one's open.
Oh no, it's gonna thing on.
Okay.
Wow.
Mind if we also like this? Yeah, we gotta do Oh, you're gonna go there?
So, Mr. Drost invited me over here just momentarily a few minutes ago, so I thought I should come. Now, if we want to have a good discussion on this, if we wanted to have a good discussion on this, sorry. then great. I'd like to do that because we need to have a solution here.
We have
So,
it. We have
so
it.
we seem to have, we're at odds, it seems, between national and local. There seems to be an oversight here that is preventing us to move forward. So let's talk about we want to talk about the offer. I know, exactly. You are local. I agree. And these are local, all local reps here. And Mr. Gross leads the locals. I understand that. So let's talk about the offer. The offer in relation to what has been provided here is exactly what was on the table a week ago. In a different format, but the same dollars as was provided a week ago as a counter from Mr. Gross. Mr. Gross, would that be correct?
Is that when you walked away from the table and didn't respond to our offer?
That's when we broke top down, yes. But would that be correct? Is that a yes or is that a no, Mr. Gross?
If you take our pension out, you lose our
Never
too.
that offer.
So yeah, but don't play words, Sandy. You are playing on words. The same dollars that were offered last week as a proposal to us is what is offered right here. So that is the reality of what we're playing on words. So then if you go to the other items, because that addressed the salary request.
Okay, if it's the same, then why is it such a big deal? Why can't you just sign it?
Because here, then we go, oh, you're exactly right. If it's the same, why not? Why would we come back with a counter? You're exactly right.
Because you were taking our pensions. That's
No,
why
let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. I came here in good faith because I respect every one of you as part of our club. We want to hear the other clarifications.
Okay, let's listen.
Okay, forgot how this, we can send this out. In fact, we're going to now put it publicly so you can actually read exactly what the situation is. Well, you put out a modified version that suited your purpose. We'll put out the exact language of what we provide. So, here it is. What we said is we want, as a condition, all employees who are members of the union to be able to participate in a pension plan.
They can.
Every one of you to be able to participate in the pension plan that works for you. That's what we said. That's what this document
Some deemed
says.
to opt out.
We said, we agreed, and I agree, we're going to go back to the bargaining unit. We said the parties agreed to mandate their respective actuaries. Now that's not us talking, and that's not the leadership talking. It's the actuaries to transition, negotiate in good faith the specific terms and conditions of a new retirement vehicle that is sustainable. So firstly, all employees will be able to participate. It's sustainable, affordable, and security for province and plan members. No one loses anything in their current plans or any value. The contribution rates would be fair and equitable as defined by the actuaries. No loss of accrued benefits. There will be no holidays taken by government to pay the pension. Government would have no access to the pension funds that are yours. You earn them, you pay a contribution, province puts contribution, and they're absolutely yours. The contributions is planned over time will be determined. So you would be in a position to be able to afford a pension plan that you know will be there when you retire. The issue again wasn't an issue related to government. It was an issue related to the people that have no pensions. So at the end it says, the parties will agree to an actuary to define what's right going forward. So it isn't us. We're not prescribing it. We want you to be sure to have a pension. And currently there are only 2 locals